Hello friends, I hope you're fine today. Um, just as you know, I told you that in the next class, it is this class, we're going to talk about a movie, Great Gatsby. You can see here. Yes, you can see the characters here. Uh, Leonardo DiCaprio starring plays the character Jay Gatsby, and this is also the name of the book and the movie Great Gatsby. Alright, and you can also see some other characters, and this is the girl in the movie. She is Daisy, lover of Jay Gatsby. And other important characters are, as you see, Nick Carraway. He is also the narrator of the book and the film, and Tom Buchanan. We can also talk about him as antagonist, the bad character of the setting. Okay, the general setting of the film is about that. Now we can talk about some basic vocabulary of the film. And here are some words and vocabularies from the movie Great Gatsby. You can see Great Depression. Great Depression is a time firstly experienced in New York, in USA, and then that affects globally the world. And you see a date here, 1920s. It is an important date, especially for economic world and also the fashion. Everything is affected at that time. Wall Street, New York, these are also the key points, key words from the movie and also the book. Scott Fitzgerald is the author of the book Great Gatsby, so this is an important name for this class. Parties. Parties are very key to the film. Just I want to show you an example of the parties in the film Great Gatsby. You see, during the time of Gatsby, there were incredible big parties. And some other things, vulnerable. This is an important word from the movie. Also, disgusted with. We express some negativity with this word. Great Gatsby, just he is the guy of the film, and I've got my hands full. So what does it mean? We will discuss just after a few minutes in detail. Alright friends, and before moving on to other points in the film, I want to discuss the pronunciation of the word vulnerable. So how to pronounce vulnerable? You see, I want to show you with an easy example. Vulnerable. The stress is on the first syllable of the word. Vulnerable. So the rest of the word should be pronounced with less stress. Vulnerable. Vulnerable. So there is a kind of intonation here. The stress is on the first syllable. So we pronounce this word as vulnerable. Any problem with this, class? It's alright? Okay, thank you. There is no problem with the pronunciation of vulnerable. So if you have any question with the pronunciation of other words that you encounter, you can raise your hand and ask, please ask me. And we can discuss on the pronunciation of other words in detail. Alright, and I want to show you some other photographs or pictures from the movie, and you see here that, let's discuss it. You have seen that. Yes, you see here the beautiful lady, and she is named as Daisy Buchanan, the lover of Jay Gatsby, but also the wife of Tom Buchanan. Who was Tom Buchanan? You see here, the tough guy, yes. And you see Daisy here, such a vulnerable girl, you can see, and so brilliant. This is the fashion of 1920s in New York, and there are different accessories such as hats or other things. I can't name it now, I don't know it, but in the parties the women were so brilliant, and the men were so were in charm. All right, and you see here the generous, big, great Gatsby. He holds a glass of wine or maybe whiskey in the glass and shows something else. You can see the trust, self-assertiveness in his eyes. Alright friends, just before moving on to the instruction phase, I want to talk about an idiom. You know the idioms, we talked about them in 2 classes before. I've got my hands full. You will hear during the movie this idiom. Nick Carraway tells that I've got my hands full. So what does it mean? What do you think? You have any idea? He says that I can't help Gatsby a lot because I've got my hands full. So it means that I'm too busy. I'm too busy and I can't help him. It means that it doesn't need to be I've got my hands full. It doesn't need to be full in your hands, but it means that, you know, that idioms are much more symbolic words. So it means that you are too busy to help a friend or someone else. All right, friends, have a good day.